And I'm always reminded of that old viral tweet that terrorism is one of the only areas where white people do most of the work and get none of the credit. And it's a real problem. But, you know...
Get none of the credit. Oh, that is just hilarious, isn't it? That, you know, we got to discuss this, have this discussion about people being mowed down in a place of worship by a crazy person, and boil it down to white people. It's white people. It's so fun, and it's so funny, isn't it? That it's like, it's so funny that these people got mowed down in this house of worship on their knees, women and children, mowed down in the most gruesome fashion possible by a crazy person, spreading terror, locking down a whole country. It's just so funny that we can spread hate against white people, just like we keep accusing Donald Trump of doing against everybody. It's so funny. None of the credit. It's so funny.
And I'm always reminded of that old viral tweet that terrorism is one of the only areas where white people do most of the work and get none of the credit. And it's a real problem. But, you know...
And this is the main purpose of the MSM, is to divide us, to make you believe that it's okay to hate. They divide us into these little groups, and then they go, this group you can hate on, because this group, they're responsible. They do all the most of the work when it comes to terrorism. Most of the work. Okay, that just sounds like something exactly like they would twist or, you know, just repeat Donald Trump's words to say, you know, and then go off on for, you know, days on how Donald Trump said this thing to spread hate. But because against white people, it's okay to spread the hate. I would play this whole clip for you, but this is really the only important part of it. You know, I mean, they talk about the New Zealand massacre at the mosques, and then they come to this thing where it's like, you know, they start talking about how, oh, you know, when it's white people, they're a mentally ill person, or when it's, you know, white people, how they never use the word terrorist. Well, I heard the Prime Minister of New Zealand calling this a terrorist attack, like within an hour of it being, you know, of me reporting it when it was happening. So, you know, they never use the word terrorist when it's white people. You know, this is insane, and it's just hatred and division. And that's the reason I need to use this clip, so you can understand this is what the MSM is all about, is spreading hatred and division. Okay? So, understand, it is not okay to hate. You don't have to give in to the hate. It doesn't matter what color you are. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're Asian, it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter if you're African American, it doesn't matter if you're Hispanic. If you give in to the hate, you are giving in to mental illness. Okay, I've said this again and again. Giving into hate is mental illness. Clearly, that is where the hate game ends. The end game for hate is you being able to justify any kind of horrible act against those people because they're those people, you know, and whatever says that it's okay to hate those people. That's programming. When something says it's okay to hate those people because whatever reason, that's programming. That's someone outside of you telling you it's okay to hate. It is not okay. You don't have to give into that. That is mental illness. That is how mental illness is spread.
And I'm always reminded of that old viral tweet that terrorism is one of the only areas where white people do most of the work and get none of the credit. And it's a real problem. But, you know,
this programming outside of you that comes into you from wherever it comes in and says, oh, those people, it's okay to hate on them. Anything that says that is programming. And you do not have to give into that. You can say, you know what, it doesn't make sense to hate someone that I've never met, that I don't know really anything about. How could I possibly hate that person? If you're hearing what I'm saying, how can you possibly hate someone that you've never met and don't know anything about? It isn't possible unless you've given into some kind of programming which leads to severe mental illness. Okay? Please do not give into the hate. I don't care what color you are. Please do not say it is okay to hate those people. Because if you do, you're giving in to, you let the people who are doing the programming win. And you're stronger than that. You're stronger than them. You're stronger than the programming. And there's a reason that they do it. There's a reason they divide us. There's a reason that they keep us in these small groups who hate each other. Because if we hate each other, then we stay divided. But if we stop the hate and we start to come together, then the people who do the programming are in serious trouble. And that's why it's being done to us. So do not give in to the programming. Do not give in to the hate. And understand who these people are. They're talking about women and children being shot, gunned down by an insane person, and they're laughing about it.
And I'm always reminded of that old viral tweet that terrorism is one of the only areas where white people do most of the work and get none of the credit. And it's a real problem. But, you know,
do all the work. White people. Real funny. Now, I would play the whole clip for you, but last time I played the MSN clip with this guy in it who says that white people do most of the work when it comes to terrorism. Last time I played the full clip with him in it, MSNBC blocked the clip. They were having a discussion about Ilhan Omar, and this guy said, Ilhan Omar has said nothing about Jews. She hasn't said a single word about Jews. That was the title of the video, in quotes. He said it in the video. 3 hours after the video was live on Fox News, MSNBC blocked it, because they don't want the discussion framed in that way. And so I'm not going to play the whole clip from MSNBC. I'm going to play a little tiny clip which no one can dispute is fair use, and I'm just using it to help you guys understand again who the real enemy is. Okay, that's what Fox News is all about. Making clear who our real enemy is. And it's people who divide us, people who help to spread the hate, people who bolster the police state, when what we need to do is fight for freedom. Fight for us all coming together to fight for freedom. Believe in freedom. It's the one thing I truly think we can rally behind. If you get over your petty little biases and believe in freedom and believe in your neighbor, then I think we can take this planet back. But it's the only way is for you to believe in your neighbor and not be afraid of them. Know that whoever they are, whatever it is, that you're there to fight for their freedom to be who they want to be. Because we can all rally behind that, I think. So it's my birthday on March 19th, and I'd really like to have a steak if anybody wants to buy me a steak. Please know that Fox News survives solely on contributions and tips from good people like you. And if you don't see any value in my work, if you don't decide that Mox News is worthy of a little tip, I don't make any money. And I'm having a real hard time with that. So you know, it's easy to leave a tip or a contribution at moxnews.com, or there's clickable links in the text body of this video, right below the video in the text body. See a little box down there? It says, you know, Patreon, PayPal, all that. So it's my birthday on March 19th. I'd like to have a steak, which is in my budget at the moment. Stay cool. Don't give in to the programming. Fight the programming. Resistance is victory. Wednesdays, this war is going to end, and it will only happen when we can all come together. So hopefully Mox News will be that on that day to celebrate with you. Stay cool till then.